Okay, well, let's turn our eye now to what's happening in the world of business. Karis Garland is here. Hi there, Karis.
Hi, Tom.
Let's begin in Belgium, where the intelligence services are looking at potential security risks surrounding Chinese tech giant, in particular Alibaba. Tell us more.
That's right. So Belgian officials have now confirmed a report by the Financial Times that they're now looking into potential espionage at Alibaba's main European logistics center, while the site mostly handles goods shipped to European customers from the company's e-commerce AliExpress. The intelligence service said the attention was mostly due to legislation that obliges Chinese companies to share data with Beijing authorities. One area of interest is Alibaba's electronic World Trade platform, software that could give insights into supply chains and potential weaknesses. Caroline Lombolet has the details.
Possible spying and/or interference activities. These are the terms used by the Belgian intelligence services in describing their concerns about China's Alibaba group. At the center of these concerns, the Liège airport in Belgium, where Alibaba operates its main logistics hub in Europe. It's where goods sold through the online shopping site AliExpress are shipped to European customers. According to information revealed by the Financial Times on Thursday, Belgian intelligence services have been monitoring Alibaba's operations in response to intelligence assessments. The group is forced by law to share data with the Chinese authorities and intelligence, leading to worries about sensitive economic information being leaked or passed on. Suspicions that Alibaba's logistics arm has dismissed.
Data security and privacy protection is of paramount concern to our business. We are in compliance with all laws and regulations, including GDPR.
After Alibaba signed the agreement with Belgium to open its hub in Liège in 2018, it poured in nearly 100 million euros in investments. Shortly before the hub became operational years later, Belgian MPs raised concerns about potential espionage, worries which China was quick to dismiss.
The World Trade Organization has more than halved this year's trade growth estimates as manufacturing industries are hit by a slowdown. On Thursday, the WTO said it expected world trade volume to grow by just 0.8%, down from a 1.7% increase that was forecast in April. The organization said the slowdown was cause for concern due to adverse implications for living standards around the world. It's blamed stubborn inflation, high interest rates, and the war in Ukraine for pressuring economies around the globe.
The question that's, of course, in many people's minds is how much of the current trade slowdown is due to trade fragmentation, possibly as a result of rising geopolitical tensions, and how much is due to tighter financial conditions as countries around the world have raised interest rates to fight inflation.
Well, let's take a look at the day's trading action now. On Wall Street, stocks were little changed as investors await key jobs data on Friday, which could determine the next move for interest rates. All those major markets trading flat there. While the major European indices mostly rose, the FTSE 100 closing 0.5% higher, the Paris CAC 40 closing flat, and the Frankfurt DAX shedding 0.2%. Meanwhile, shares in French train maker Alstom took a dive on Thursday after the company slashed its forecast for free cash flow. The group's stock price ended down 37.6%, shaving more than 3 billion euros off its market value. Alstom said it now expected negative free cash flow of 500 million euros to 750 million this year. That's after previously predicting it would be significantly positive. Well, the firm pinned most of the blame on higher inventory, plus delays in completing the Aventra project in the UK to build 443 electric trains. Well, Alstom wasn't the only big mover. Shares and bonds of the UK-based Metro Bank plunged this Thursday after reports it was seeking to raise up to £600 million to bolster its finances. Stocks lost nearly 30% at the end of trading. That's after shares were briefly suspended from trading twice earlier in the day. According to reports, Metro Bank's fundraising could include more than £100 million from selling shares to bolster capital. There's no indication customer deposits could be at risk, though. Metro Bank's deposits are backed by a government guarantee of up to £85,000. The biggest healthcare strike in U.S. history has entered its second day, with tens of thousands of employees of Kaiser Permanente walking off the job. Talks between unions and executives were suspended Wednesday without a settlement. Kaiser said in a statement that tentative agreements had been reached on a number of unspecified issues, though a separate union statement said its team was waiting for a meaningful response from management on some of their priorities. Catherine Viette has the details.
Kaiser, Kaiser, you're no good!
Nurses, technicians, health aides taking on Kaiser Permanente. They are demanding raises and better working conditions. They say burnout from the pandemic caused many healthcare workers to leave the field, and they haven't been replaced.
Well, we're asking for more workers, and we want workers that are going to make a difference. Okay, we're getting more executives, okay, and we're getting less people that are frontline healthcare workers.
In addition to California, workers are also striking in Colorado, Washington, Oregon, and the D.C. metro area. With inflation at 3% this year after hitting 6% in 2022, some say their wages aren't keeping up with the cost of living.
If you look at Kaiser, what they've made, if you look at them this past year, half the year they profited $3.1 billion, right? So you put that against us, we're making less than minimum wages. Well, minimum wage was at $17. We're asking for a minimum wage to go to $25.
With 75,000 employees on the picket line, it's the largest healthcare workers' strike in U.S. history. The company says it's continuing to negotiate with the employees' union.
We're committed to paying fair wages, but at the same time, we know there's an affordability crisis in healthcare. We've got to balance that to make sure we're good stewards of our members' dollars.
The unprecedented strike comes during a time of increased industrial action in the U.S., with tens of thousands of workers across multiple fields picketing for better pay and benefits.
Well, that strike could go through to Saturday, but unions say if there's no settlement reached at all, then they'll plan to strike again in November, Tom.
OK, well, thank you very much indeed for that update on all the goings-on in the world of business. Karis Garland from the Business Desk, thank you to you. Thanks to you for watching. I'll be back very shortly.